Woman rushed to hospital following a shooting incident in Tobago East. Blind and Welfare Association receives a lease land deed from THA. Former Commissioner of Police says Tint laws won't stop crime. And in sports, 9 Tobago girls selected for CONCACAF Under-15 Championships. Good evening, I'm Patricia Nicholson-Richards. Welcome to the Tobago Updates Television News for Monday, 5th August 2024. The top story. We begin tonight's newscast with news of a shooting incident in Tobago East. Police officers are currently guarding the Roxborough Hospital following a shooting which occurred late this afternoon in Argyle. The victim, who is said to be originally from Trinidad, was shot multiple times and subsequently rushed to the Roxborough Hospital. She has since been identified only as Dolly Boss. We'll keep you updated on this incident as more details emerge. Remember, you can follow us on Facebook for up-to-date information. We're also hearing of another shooting incident in Tobago East, again this time in Pembroke. Again, the details in a subsequent newscast. Lawrence Bacchus of Seaview Golden Lane, who died from a fatal stabbing incident last week Friday, is murder victim number 17. Reports are that Bacchus was stabbed to death during a dispute over a bag of mangoes. A suspect is currently in police custody following the incident. Staying with news of crime, the crime rate in Tobago continues to climb. 2 recent murders have intensified concerns about safety, especially as persons view certain areas of Tobago's capital, Scarborough, as crime hotspots. This morning, Inspector Sheila Prince appeared on the Tobago Updates morning show, where she addressed the growing issue of crime on the island. Reporter Tanisha Williams has the details.
As Inspector Prince offered condolences to the Sylvester family on the murder of 41-year-old Urza Sylvester, which took place in Scarborough on Saturday night, she noted that Scarborough seemed to be a hotspot.
I just want to extend condolences to the Sylvester family. And yes, that area seems to be a hotspot for us. We have been working there.
She said the TTPS had previously spoken to Sylvester, who was shot at and hospitalized before. He was subsequently discharged from the Scarborough General Hospital and was again targeted.
However, he returned and he is now deceased.
Prince stated that she doesn't have any information on any suspects at this time, but said the homicide team is working to solve this case.
Well, I don't have that information. As I said earlier, that the homicide is working assiduously in recording statements, and they are going to go from there.
She delved further into the issue of Scarborough being a hotspot and shared that the TTPS has been trying to curb criminal activities in that area. She assured citizens that police officers would be patrolling the capital more frequently.
I can assure the public that we are not sitting idly by, and we are going to ensure that when you come into Scarborough, that you feel safe to shop, or you just feel safe as just walking through. So going forward, you will see police officers in the downtown area going forward from today.
Inspector Prince said the TTPS needs the public support in fighting crime and has asked anyone with information to come forward and share it with the police. Tobago murder toll now stands at 18 for the year thus far, the highest it has ever been. Tanisha Williams, Tobago Updates Television News.
Former Police Commissioner and National Security Minister Gary Griffith says criminals will not be deterred by new window and windscreen tint regulations in vehicles. Instead, he finds it laughable that the government is hailing this as a major crime-fighting measure, as according to him, criminals don't use their personal vehicles to commit crimes.
Criminals steal vehicles, change the license plates, kill someone, rape someone, kidnap someone. So the tinted glass is not being used by the criminals in their private vehicles. And these are the type of questions: what data do you have to show that the tinted glass will reduce crime?
Griffith said tint regulations are used in other jurisdictions to ensure passengers are wearing seatbelts and to detect intoxicated drivers, not to fight crime. He accused the government of grasping at straws in its effort to combat crime, claiming that instead they are only frustrating the general public and eroding trust in the police service. We'll take a short break and come back with more. Stay with us.
Said I'm falling, falling, I'm falling. As I lay in my bed with my head to the ceiling. Say I'm drowning alone and I'm lost in my feelings. Somebody send me a sign, cause you know that I need it. Carnival, come back to me, cause you know you're my healing. I said it's okay, it's my therapy, my therapy. It take away all of my anxiety, my remedy. I tell you that we all need love. Jump and show me love, wind up and show me love. Together say we are.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Can't live without you, I can't be without you for too long. Cause when I'm around you, I feel like the heavens is coming down. I feel it in my soul every time we on the road is a miracle. A million strong come together.
Welcome back. The Trinidad and Tobago Blind Welfare Association has received a parcel of land from the Tobago House of Assembly to construct a building for visually impaired persons in Tobago. The handing over was done during a short ceremony earlier today. Ariana Scipio has the details.
TTBWA President Felix Kazo said today's event was a moment of pride and joy for him. He noted that it has been 40 years since this parcel of land was promised by then Chief Secretary A.N.R. Robinson. Kazo shared that in 2021 it was declared that this task must and will be done, stating that the association worked earnestly to pursue this matter.
And it is that relentless, committed, focused work that brings us to today, where we actually would receive officially and publicly that deed.
He said what is needed more now than ever is a continued focus on transforming the deed receipt into a building for the blind and visually impaired on the island. TTBWA Executive Officer Kenneth Surratt shared a vision of what the building would look like when it is constructed. He said it would be a place that the blind and visually impaired can call their own.
This building must be a sustainable building. It must be able to take care of itself. It must be meeting the standard to be green, where we use energy efficiently. It must be a building where Tobago is in the hurricane zone, that it could withstand hurricane, and it could be a place of shelter.
Surratt also said that this building would be self-reliant regarding water and power supply, functioning with and without power. Secretary for the Division of Health, Dr. Faith B. Israel, highlighted that the TTBWA understands its role and is a partner in making Tobago the greatest little island on the planet.
Because it means that this partnership, this thing where we are working together to create greatness, is one where we will be hand in hand doing it together. I appreciate the idea of us working so that you no longer need handouts.
Dr. B. Israel appreciated the vision of the building and expressed that she was honored to be around people who are doing the work, understand their mission, and work hand in hand to ensure that everyone succeeds. Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates Television News.
Opposition Senator and economist Dominic Smith is questioning the government's spending patterns in light of the central bank's decision to reduce its minimum reserve ratio. Smith stated that citizens continue to be burdened by high inflation and a cumbersome bureaucracy while the government increases taxes. Smith made these comments during the opposition's weekly press conference on Sunday. More in this report from Candace Jackson.
The central bank recently reduced the minimum reserve amount from 14% to 10%. This means that banks and other financial institutions must keep a specific amount of their money at the central bank without earning any interest on it. The minimum reserve is used to control the availability of loans and overall money supply in the economy. However, this is raising an alarm for temporary opposition senator and economist Dominic Smith.
Is it that the government has overspent and now they require this reduction in order to create economic activity, in order to buoy the numbers at a now ending term?
According to Smith, the economy of Trinidad and Tobago is not doing well. Citizens are being burdened by high inflation rates while facing more taxes imposed by the government.
Economics throughout the globe knows this as a fact. You cannot, as a nation, tax yourself into prosperity. But everywhere you turn in Trinidad and Tobago, there's a direct and an indirect tax.
He is also troubled by banks reducing customers' access to foreign exchange through credit cards. Smith explained that such measures might not affect large conglomerates, but the government should be concerned about how they may affect the rest of the economy.
It's a person on the ground who is now starting a small business, who is trying to become entrepreneurial as possible, to purchase a few goods, a few raw materials, a few manufacturing supplies, to then make a living.
Smith noted that instead of the government creating an enabling environment for small and medium-sized businesses, it is imposing complicated bureaucracy, which discourages both local and foreign investment.
9 years down the road, no real impact in what our export future should be. No investment in AI, no investment in tourism, no real investment or impact in any of these industries that we have a natural advantage to.
He called on the government to be honest with the population about the true state of the economy. Candace Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Political unrest in Venezuela is causing Gary Griffith, the leader of the National Transformation Alliance, to worry about a possible influx of undocumented migrants into Trinidad and Tobago. He raised these concerns at a recent press conference and criticized the National Security Council for not being proactive in light of the situation. Again, reporter Candace Jackson with the details.
Riots continue to plague Venezuela as citizens claim the recently held elections were rigged, resulting in Nicolas Maduro continuing for another term. Meanwhile, the National Transformation Alliance's political leader Gary Griffith fears what the unrest in the neighboring South American country could mean for Trinidad and Tobago.
We have a situation where it is quite likely, because of the volatile situation, because of the fear of political victimization, the fear that the lifestyle will get even worse in Venezuela as it is now, there's going to be a virtual influx of tens upon tens of thousands of Venezuelans entering Trinidad and Tobago illegally because of trying to, based on desperation.
While Griffith stated he has no ill thoughts toward Venezuelans, he is concerned about the social problems an uncontrolled influx could create.
It becomes a byproduct towards persons coming in here and they may be unemployed. If they are unemployed, it can cause them to turn to a life of crime. And even if they get a job, they can get a job now in atrocious working conditions because they are not registered. By them not being registered, it means that employers can now hire them below the minimum wage.
Griffith criticized the National Security Council for not being proactive and failing to prevent people from illegally entering the country's borders.
You'd have done a National Operations Center, have a holistic plan to ascertain the intelligence report to see if this is going to take place. And to prepare for it, we have 7 Coast Guard vessels that are now parked in Stobles Bay right there. Several of them should be right now in that southwestern peninsula between Venezuela and Trinidad. We should also have all the police stations. We speak about high alert, they should be on high alert.
He called on the National Security Council to mobilize the Defense Force for underground patrols and monitoring of hotspots where undocumented people may be entering. In the meantime, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley remains neutral on the Venezuelan crisis, adopting a position similar to CARICOM's to allow Venezuela to resolve its problems internally. Candace Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
You're watching the Tobago Updates Television News. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates. A sports report is next.
I'm so relieved Javel gave me this money. Now I could enjoy the holidays with my family and not have to worry about monies for bags, books, and shoes.
Javel? Who is Javel? She could give me some money too?
Javel is the July-August vacation education loan at Bethel Credit Union. Up to $20,000 to help with all additional expenses during this July-August.
Yes, you heard right. Call the Bethel Credit Union and ask for Javel. She'd hook you up with the money to take care of all your additional expenses this holiday season. Open to new members too. Get up to $20,000 and have a worry-free holiday with Javel. Call 639-8226 or 631-1336 or message us on Facebook for more information.
Are you ready to optimize your wedding business for engagement season and book more clients? Refine is the place to be. Refine, the Wedding Business Summit. Saturday, 14th September 2024 from 9 a.m. Pigeon Point Heritage Park, Tobago. This premier event is designed specifically for Caribbean wedding industry professionals. Gain expert insights, practical knowledge, and valuable connections that can help you thrive in the destination wedding market. Register now at refinesummit.com. It is time to refine. Refine, the Wedding Business Summit. Get insider info, advice, and insights from local, regional, and international players in the destination wedding market. Refine, the Wedding Business Summit. Saturday, 14th September 2024, Pigeon Point Heritage Park, Tobago. It's time to refine.
Get ready for the I Choose Sport Summer of Sport, and we're bringing the action to Tobago on.
Get your quality furniture and appliances at Standards. Frigidaire gas range $599. Serta base and mattress $1,899. RC 50-inch smart 4K TV as low as $2,599. Yes, at Standard, nobody beats us on price. Believe it.
Welcome to sports. The I Choose Sports program facilitates sports development and access to sports for all. It aims to create and foster athletes in all sporting disciplines. Over the weekend, the program, which falls under the Ministry of Sports and Community Development, held a Family Day event at the Montgomery Recreational Grounds. Alexis Douglas tells us more.
Many young athletes came out to represent their teams in various sporting disciplines at Montgomery Recreational Grounds at the I Choose Sports Family Fun Day event.
I Choose Sport is more or less bringing sport back into communities, bringing sport back into schools, getting persons involved in physical activity, getting people to understand the benefits of being involved in physical activity and sport.
One of the ambassadors and netball players expressed how the Family Day event has given the athletes the opportunity to showcase their talents.
I feel like it enables them to display their skills that they would have learned in their clubs and their school.
Parents and family members were in full support of their young athletes as they cheered them on. One parent in particular spoke about the benefits of having a child in an extracurricular activity and how more emphasis can be placed on netball.
I think more could be stressed on netball in Tobago. So with us dealing with the ministry on a whole, I believe they will see how many young ladies in Tobago interested in the sport, and they could put a little more money to it, a little more effort, a little more support into it, right?
Shamfa Kajol-Lewis, Minister of Sport and Community Development, described some of the novelty activities that took place and further noted how inclusive this event was.
We have all kinds of people out here today. Athletes, young people who want to become athletes, children. We have a fun corner with bouncy castle and so on for the children, face painting. We have activities also for the parents. It's all about love, unity, community and activity here today at Montgomery Recreational Ground.
Alexis Douglas, Tobago Updates Television News.
9 talented girls from Tobago have been chosen to represent Trinidad and Tobago in the prestigious CONCACAF Girls Under-15 Championships, which will take place in Trinidad. Marcus Daniel tells us more.
9 talented girls from the island have been selected to represent Trinidad and Tobago in the prestigious CONCACAF Girls Under-15 Championships set to take place in Trinidad. The Tobago players are spread across 2 teams. The Trinidad and Tobago National Under-15 team features 4 players from Tobago: Aliyah Baptiste, Zaisha Potts, and Kimani Wallace from Jewelers Sports Club, along with Jassie Lewis from Combined Ballers. Meanwhile, the Trinidad and Tobago high performance team includes Adricia Kent from Combined Ballers Academy, Wanisha Gregoire and Janae Corner from Jewelers Sports Club, and Tyler Neptune and Kenisha Taylor from Black Panthers WFC. Adding to the Tobago representation are 3 experienced coaches who have been named to the high performance team's staff. Carol Percy will take on the role of team manager, Ray Mitchell will serve as assistant coach, and Tyrone Lewis will be the goalkeeping coach. The 2 Trinidad and Tobago Under-15 teams will kick off their campaigns today when League B of the 2024 CONCACAF Girls Under-15 Championship gets underway in Trinidad. This year's tournament, which is the 5th edition of the CONCACAF Under-15 Championship, will feature a record 33 nations across 3 tiers. Costa Rica will host the highest level of the competition, League A, while TNT and Aruba will host Leagues B and C respectively. Matches in League B will be held at the Hazel Crawford Stadium in Mucurapo and the Larry Gowen Stadium in Malabar. A total of 16 teams will compete in 4 groups, with both TNT Under-15 team and the TNT High Performance team vying for top honors in the week-long tournament. The TNT Under-15 team has been drawn into Group C, where they will face Antigua and Barbuda, Curacao and Grenada. Meanwhile, the High Performance team will compete in Group D against Guatemala, St. Kitts and Nevis and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Marcus Daniel, Tobago Update Sports.
Well, the latest matches in the 2024 Tobago Football Association League brought thrilling action and high scores, with teams across both conferences delivering standout performances and facing tough challenges. Here's more.
The latest round of matches in the Tobago Football Association 2024 League was packed with goals, as several teams delivered commanding performances, while others faced tough defeats across both conferences. In the Eastern Conference at Roxborough, last year's runner-up Sideys FC showcased their dominance with a commanding 5-0 win over FC Goodwood. Marcus Caesar led the way, scoring twice in the 3rd and 33rd minutes. Tristan Murray added to the scoreline in the 8th minute, followed by Brandon Benjamin in the 25th minute. Malik Lewis put the finishing touch on the victory with a goal in the 90th minute, sealing an emphatic result for Sideys FC. Meanwhile, at Signal Hill, Eagles FC delivered an even more overwhelming performance, demolishing Bertil Sinclair's Sports Academy with a 10-0 victory. Colin Sargent was the standout player, scoring 4 goals in the 3rd, 8th, 31st and 74th minutes, and adding a 5th in the 85th minute. Moses Bernard also found the net in the 63rd minute, with Kelsey Allen, Keanu Boswin and Zion McCool rounding off the flawless display for Eagles FC. Over in the Western Conference, Montgomery hosted a match between St. Clair's Coaching School and Saukerville. Saukerville FC emerged victorious with a 3-0 win thanks to goals from Josiah Leacock in the 34th minute and Riquelme Williams in the 70th and Shannon Sandy in the 80th minute. In a thrilling encounter at the Dwight York Stadium, Lambo FC and Hills United played out an exciting 5-all draw. Trevin Caesar and Jaheim Tony each scored twice for Lambo, with Cameron Bovell and Dennis James contributing to the tally. Hills responded with goals from Anthony Gift, Cheyenne George, DeQuell Fletcher and Andre Davis, ensuring the points were shared. And in a closely fought match, Bethel United edged out Signal Hill United 2-1. DeLeon Beckles and DJ Cadies were the match winners for Bethel United, scoring in the 48th and 77th minutes, respectively. Signal Hill's goal came from Dominic Roberts, but it wasn't enough to avoid defeat. Marcus Daniel, Tobago Update Sports.
And that's how we end this evening's Sport Report. More news and the weather after this.
Are you ready to optimize your wedding business for engagement season and book more clients? Refine is the place to be. Refine, the Wedding Business Summit. Saturday, 14th September 2024 from 9 a.m. Pigeon Point Heritage Park, Tobago. This premier event is designed specifically for Caribbean wedding industry professionals. Gain expert insights, practical knowledge, and valuable connections that can help you thrive in the destination wedding market. Register now at refinesummit.com. It is time to refine. Refine, the Wedding Business Summit. Get insider info, advice, and insights from local, regional, and international players in the destination wedding market. Refine, the Wedding Business Summit. Saturday, 14th September 2024, Pigeon Point Heritage Park, Tobago. It's time to refine.
Pam Star Promotions and Charns Bookstores are happy to bring the 2024 New Wave Maths Championships to Lowlands Mall, 8th to 10th August. Participants must be between ages 9 to 12 years. Lots of prizes to be won. To register, call 471-2604. For the best prices on school books, WhatsApp 471-2604 or 371-4824. 3 lucky students will win their book list for free.
The Tobago Agribusiness Development Company has begun doing interregional trade. According to TADCO, on July 29, 2024, the company's long-line fishing vessel, Capital of Paradise 1, successfully facilitated trade between the Kingston Fish Market in St. Vincent and the Agricultural Input Warehouse Limited. This generated earnings of over $5,000 from the sale of surplus fish. In a news release, TADCO explained that the vessel travels to St. Vincent for bait before going out to sea, noting that no additional cost was incurred for this initiative. Executives from TADCO are currently in discussion with St. Vincent's Ministry of Agriculture to strengthen relations concerning trading agricultural products from Tobago. The Division of Infrastructure, Quarries and Urban Development has announced the closure of Old Milford Road in Lambo, Tobago, near Carnival Appendage 1. The closure will be in effect from today to Friday, August 9, 2024, to facilitate the replacement of a failed culvert crossing. Both vehicular and pedestrian traffic will be restricted during this period. Motorists are advised to use alternate routes for their daily commutes. And in some updated news, we have confirmed reports that shooting victim Dolly Boss, whose real name was Victoria Guerra, has succumbed to her injuries. Guerra was shot multiple times today in Argyle and subsequently rushed to the Roxborough Hospital. Guerra's address, based on her driver's permit, was Clark Road, Charleville, Shogunas. She is now murder victim number 19 for Tobago. The expect of the weather tonight into tomorrow from the TNT Met Office tonight. Fair to partly cloudy with lingering showers in some areas and the chance of heavier showers or isolated thunderstorms mainly after midnight. Tonight's temperature should be around a cool 25 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow, cloudy intervals at times accompanied by scattered showers will interrupt generally fair and hazy conditions. There remains a low chance of the odd heavy shower or thunderstorm. Tomorrow's temperatures should reach a high of 31 degrees Celsius with a heat index of 34 degrees. Seas slight to moderate with waves up to 1.5 meters in open waters and below 1 meter in sheltered areas. Sunrise 5:51 and the sun should set at 6:25. And that's how we end this evening's newscast. Here's a recap of our headlines. Woman rushed to hospital following a shooting incident in Tobago East. Well, she has just been declared confirmed dead. Blind and Welfare Association receives land lease deed from THA. Former Commissioner of Police says Tint laws won't stop crime. And in sports, 9 Tobago girls selected for CONCACAF Under-15 Championships. I'm Patricia Nicholson-Richards, thanking you so much for joining us and wishing you a great night.
Last year, October 2023, the island tilted. The peaceful bliss of sea, sun and sand was transcended as we took to the streets to revel in paradise.
Tobago! It's such a nice place!
Tobago Carnival, we're right here. We're not leaving till we go right down.
It's the greatest, it's the best, it's safe, and it's beautiful.
I love Tobago, baby. Coming back next year. Hey!
Playing pan on the streets is a magical experience. When the band strike up, is rhythm, steel and powder. This is Tobago Carnival, pan in paradise.
Tobago is the best.
Tobago Carnival is the new home for the legend of Calypso. Where else can you get sweet Calypso music that gives you that nostalgic feeling?
Soca Titans is we title, is we monarch. We built artists from scratch who can perform with the best. Real Titans of Soca.
When last you've been to a party, plenty women looking so nice. We must be in paradise.
This year, ritual takes on new space and dimension. Traditions will be reimagined, breaking free and taking on new meaning on the road.
I love the energy!
This year, the revelry is bigger and better. More colors, more meaning, great packages for the masqueraders. Tobago Carnival is freedom.
This year promoting safety in all events for Tobago Carnival. This year promoting whining, not minding people business. This year promoting clean fun, security and freedom.
Freedom to be any version of yourself that you choose to be with love and safety. Here, you have permission to be you, uninhibited and free.
So what you waiting on? This year, this October 2024, experience the ritual, revel in paradise, release yourself. From the greatest little island on the planet, this is the Tobago Carnival 2024.